Okay, hi, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, so what is it about Bella that makes Jacob so devoted to her?
That's a very good question. I mean, there's obviously a reason that these two men like her very much. I mean, for me, I just think the fact that she's simple, she's herself. I mean, throughout this entire franchise, she really, I mean, she changes, she grows up, but she doesn't change herself one bit, and I think that's what's most attractive to Jacob for sure.
Could you describe a little bit more about your complicated relationship with Edward? I mean, like, you guys seem to be enemies, and you know, in the end, you know, turn towards a bit like friends.
Yeah, this one is interesting to watch, their relationship, because yeah, they always have hated each other, and they still do. I mean, they still do in this one, but you know, they're able to have a mature conversation and say, look, you know, we know that we both hate each other, but the one common thing here is we both love Bella, and in order to protect her, in order to keep her alive, we're going to have to work together, and we're going to have to try and be friends. And they do, and it's really great to see them attempt that, and you know, they're pretty successful at it.
Really? So do you think in an alter universe where, you know, Jacob is not a, you know, who he is, and Edward is not a vampire, do you think you guys can actually be friends? You know, let alone
Jacob and Edward? I don't know. I don't know.
You don't
I mean,
know.
they're just they're two different people. I mean, yes, the werewolves and vampires, that complicates things way more, but at the same time, they're just two totally different guys. I'm sure they could be friends and get along, but I don't know if they would be really close.
Okay, fine. So, what do you think that is the most interesting thing about Breaking Dawn compared to the other?
I think the most interesting thing about this movie is you get to watch the same characters we've always seen, but in a completely different way than we've seen them before. I mean, this movie's much more mature, it's more dramatic, and I mean, the characters, everyone really grows up a lot in this movie. So I think for the fans, that'll be really interesting to watch.
Really? So how did Jacob, you know, grow up?
How did Jacob? I mean, first of all, to begin the movie, I mean, the one thing he's always wanted is to end up with Bella. And at the very beginning of this movie, he realizes for the first time that's not happening. So you have to get over that, and you have to move on and figure things out. So I mean, that's one way that he changes, but he has to also make a lot of difficult decisions. He decides to split from his pack, who is his family, and he's torn between the Cullens, his new family, and the pack. So I mean, this movie was like an emotional roller coaster for him. This one was tough.
So do you have fun filming it? You know, do you have a lot of conflicts or a lot to learn by filming this movie?
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. I mean, it was a huge challenge for sure, so it required a lot of work, but yeah, we always have so much fun making these movies. I mean, by this point, we're all so close and such good friends. We really, I mean, we love spending time together and love playing these characters.
So what will you miss most, you know, after finishing this franchise?
The relationships between the cast. I mean, us as people.
I think you basically just grew up together, like.
We did.
Yeah,
I
did,
mean,
right?
for the past 4 years, and you know, we've gone through this all together, and we've become great friends. I mean, we've become family, really. So I mean, that will probably be the toughest thing to say goodbye to, but we're not really saying goodbye to it, because yes, we won't be spending every single day filming movies together. We'll go our separate ways, but at the same time, our relationships will last for sure.
How do you think this is gonna leave an impact on your further career or your friendship with other characters? Actors?
I mean, for our relationships, I mean, this is what started it all, so I'm very thankful for this because of that. And then, you know, I don't know what impact this will leave, but I do know what this has given me, and that's, you know, it's given all of us the opportunity to go off and do what we love to do and challenge ourselves to different roles, and I never thought I'd be able to say that, so I'm very, very thankful for this. We all are.